Welcome back everyone to Dover, as we finish off the Dover doubleheader, as we go racing here today. That's right, we're back for the first race of the playoffs right here at Dover, where we finished off the regular season. And so we are about to go racing for the Dover 100. That's right, and so here we go everyone, let's go racing. Yep, yesterday we saw an amazing race. Got to see a lot of different strategy happening, a lot of different stuff tire-wise. Goodyear has changed the compound for today's race compared to what it had been, and so we're going to see just who has it and who's able to make it through the rest of the playoffs here as we start the round of 16. That's right, so obviously with the different tire compound we should see hopefully better racing than we did yesterday. 48 car loose there, almost spins out, able to get control back together, and so we are racing here once again. So one thing that we have not seen very much of so far is a whole lot of spinning. Greg Biff was also up here in the top 8 already, not doing a bad job racing so far, and we're going to see who makes it out during the playoffs here, as we have a very short race here today, as they're trying to make the playoffs a little bit more harder by shortening the race lengths. That's right, so shorter races means a lot more jockeying for position, means a little bit more desperation, and should make for a very entertaining race here. That's right, so let's take a look at something pretty cool. After Greg Biff was able to get his place in the playoffs quite easily, he had enough points and etc. We're checking out his new Sirius XM number 16 paint scheme. Run race only more than likely, but Sirius XM signed up for this race, and yeah, definitely pretty cool little paint scheme right there on the 16 cars. He goes up to the wall, hits it a little bit, not too bad though, not too much damage, but yeah, definitely a good looking car. Exactly, and so right now on Sirius XM you should be able to check out Home Free. Exactly, yeah, Home Free. They got a brand new song out there, Sea Shanty Melody. Definitely sounds really good. Exactly, I've actually enjoyed listening to it myself quite a lot, and definitely some pirate songs that I never knew existed. Exactly, so definitely a nice little compilation there made in about a 3-minute song, so very nice. Make sure you check out Home Free and the Sea Shanty, so you can find it out on their different forms of media, etc. But yeah, definitely a song worth checking out. Definitely sounds good. And Greg Biffle is loose after hitting the wall. He's able to collect it back up, and he's now moving back forward here as we have 1 lap to go here at Dover in the stage 1. So definitely going to be something that all these drivers have to get used to. Some of these shorter stage lengths, and we'll have to be able to try and make it a little bit farther into the field sooner. So definitely going to be very important as we move through the rest of the playoffs. And Coil of Joy already out of the race, it looks like, with some sort of issue. So there you go, Greg Biffle finishes 9th. Yeah, not too bad there. You got basically everybody's in the playoffs right up there, pretty snug as a bug. And we'll see, going to have about 20 laps in the next stage to see what everybody does. Tires for everyone as far as I can see, and everybody has taken fuel. Exactly what I would have expected. You see the 16 car once again having an excellent launch during the restart, and moving forward, the 42 car under there though, sending him up the field a little bit. And also BJ McLeod in the 78 once again there. Been a bit of a rivalship starting to form between these two. We're going to have to see how that progresses as we begin the 18th lap of stage 2 here. what do we have? Well, there is a potential that we're going to see some green light pit stops. Very unlikely. Everybody should be able to get that fuel to last all 18 laps, but it is going to be pretty close. So we're going to be watching on that and possibly see a lot of guys saving fuel until the very end to make sure that they can get to the end. Now, right now at the front you can see nobody is saving any sort of type of fuel. They are burning that clean burning fuel off right now quite well and really putting it out there at this point. Exactly, obviously these cars running on 100% American ethanol, so definitely a cleaner burning fuel. Not quite as good as 100 octane racing fuel, or for that matter aviation fuel, but definitely a clean mix and has a fairly good octane. Exactly, definitely seen some good racing here. Definitely that stuff definitely doesn't have the unique smell of traditional racing fuel. That is true. Traditional racing fuel has a very iconic smell that is very pleasing smell, honestly. I really do like that stuff. Smells really good. Luckily, do have a gas station nearby that has some of that. Smells good when you use it. So I like that stuff. Exactly. So yeah, definitely good. Thanks to the gas station that continue to serve that beautiful high octane racing fuel. Stuff's really good for all of those guys that race at the local tracks and the drag racing. So definitely want to support all those guys as they continue to race and modify their cars. Exactly, so make sure that you join the NASCAR community in joining the RPM Act. Make sure you sign up with the petition and support that, as that will protect many of your local drivers and favorite personalities who build and modify regular street cars into racing masterpieces, but yet you're still able to see them driving on the road safely and legally. So make sure that you support the RPM Act. Be able to make sure you can see those cars continue to drive on the road today. Yeah, pretty important there. I definitely have a few issues coming up from the EPA that's trying to take away the right of everybody to have their own car, build it and modify it as they please. So definitely some issues going on there. So definitely need to explain to them that technically this is our vehicle when you buy it, and technically you do have the right to do whatever you want with your vehicle. Basically, yes. Because it is your property, so why is the EPA getting to tell you what to do with it? It's a little strange. Exactly. It doesn't make much sense. So anyways, we're back to racing, and Greg Biffle has taken the lead. And once again, we see the dominance from Joe Gibbs Racing as Kyle Busch and Martin Truex Jr. are up here in the top 5. Denny Hamlin a little bit slower on today's race, as he is not near the top 5 as he was most of last race. And definitely Joe Gibbs has what it takes to win and dominate at this track. Currently, Greg Biffle with the new tire compound from Goodyear and also a different setup is running really good laps here. Has a little bit of damage, not a whole lot, but definitely doesn't seem to be slowing him down currently. Yep, and Greg Biffle has just been told he needs to save fuel, so we're going to see him run some slower lap times here as he tries to pull back on the throttle, try to make sure he can make it all the way through to the end of this stage. Can see a lot of guys have to do that, unfortunately. Just isn't quite enough fuel for most of these guys who are up in the top 10 to make it, so saving mode is on for most of these guys here. Luckily, Greg Biffle does have a pretty good amount of a lead, and everyone else is a bit slower, having some issues with their tire wear and etc., as the tires are getting kind of worn out at this point. So luckily he's going to be trying to run as slow as he can here, not try to get too much power down, and try to save as much fuel as he can to make it to the end of the stage. So definitely important here, strategy wise, to try and save that fuel so he can keep racing. Kyle Busch is closing a little bit, but both of these guys trying to save fuel here at the end of the stage. Not a whole lot happening in that regard, just trying to save as much of that fuel as possible. Yeah, something that we didn't really expect to see was fuel strategy, but because of the shorter stage lengths here for the playoffs, definitely something very important that all of these drivers will have to try and do as they race throughout. You see multiple cars coming down the pit lane, Kyle Busch among them, who were not able to save enough fuel. Greg Biffle continues to be out on track, working on saving that fuel. He is not going extremely fast. Almost the entire track is on fuel saving mode, trying to see if they can save enough fuel right now. This is not something we've seen. I've never seen this many cars before, all in saving mode, but all of these cars that are on track. This is something we have never seen before at a NASCAR race to this magnitude. All of these cars are trying to save fuel. This is amazing. Yeah, this is not something that you normally see at a NASCAR race, folks. This is pretty rare that you see fuel saving at this length here. Greg Biffle is the only car on track right now. He continues to try to save enough fuel. Not sure if he's going to have enough as he comes back by. He's going to have one more lap. Looks like... I don't think he's going to have enough fuel to make it, but he's going to try. Definitely something we're going to have to watch here as he comes by. He's not pitting, so obviously going to try and make it to the end of the stage. And he is gunning that engine for as much as it's worth, trying to get the speed to make sure he can make it, and he is out of fuel. Yep, just unfortunately that was pretty much what everyone thought was going to happen. Luckily everyone else is 2 laps down. He just needs to stay low if he can. And it looks like he's going to roll to the end of this race. Yes, he is not pitting. He is going to roll himself past the start-finish line there. And there he is. He is the stage winner. But yes, definitely fuel strategy coming into play here for Greg Biffle and that team, as that car is out. So they're going to have to get that car pushed back to pit lane and pit. Everyone else has pits, so we'll see. I'm not sure how many people are going to see in pit lane. That's true, but tire-wise, you might still see people pit. They might have just taken gas and not taking tires. So this is going to be interesting. Everyone is a lap down, so this is going to change the dynamic very a lot. And there you have, everyone has gotten, a majority of guys have gotten a lap back. Greg Biffle is currently the only person on the lead lap, along with Alex Bowman. You know what, we were kind of questioning the strategy there, but that is excellent strategy. The only person he has to keep behind him is Alex Bowman, and that is that's amazing. So very smart move there by the Roush Runaway M16 team here as we go racing. The whole dynamic of this race has just changed. Exactly. So obviously Greg Biffle does not have to block any of these cars. He does have to kind of watch out, try to let them pass as they try to race back around to get their lap back. So this is going to be a bit of a different race here. But this is amazing. This is not something we've seen before to this magnitude at a Dover race. I'm still rather surprised at it myself as Greg Biffle continues to let cars pass. And Alex Bowman falling a little bit there, not having quite the speed of some of the lapped cars, as the lapped cars try to continue to gain positions here. Yeah, so this is going to be a rather melodramatic race here, as we have an almost certainty of who's going to win now. Because if Greg Biffle can do that with that amount of fuel, what can he do at the end of this stage here, which is the end of the race? So that's going to be pretty amazing. I don't think anybody was expecting to see this. Obviously, Corey LaJoy was out early, along with Martin Truex Jr. Both those guys out early, unfortunately. So that's definitely disappointing runs for those guys. Martin Truex Jr. obviously running in the top 5 there for a while. And he is out of the race, so definitely disappointing for Joe Gibbs' team, as Denny Hamlin is nowhere near the top 5 and is a lap down. So definitely not a good race there. Alright, so we have Another caution. What's going to be happening fuel-wise? Everyone's going to be coming down, getting fuel and tires. I'm going to see Matt Kenseth will get the free pass. And Denny Hamlin continues to be a lap down. One of the main contenders for the race. We're going to see here Alex Bowman there. And Greg Biffle just drives away from them once again. But now he has a few extra cars that he's going to look for. That's right, you got Alex Bowman now. You got Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, both of those guys. Fast Toyotas. And so he's going to want to keep those guys behind. As we've seen, the Toyota's been extremely fast and consistent at this track. Kyle Busch all the way to second already, quite easily past Bowman. And so that is the car that Greg Biffle's got to beat, is Kyle Busch. That's right, Kyle Busch has been on fire this year, multiple wins. And you see right there, just the speed on the top lane there. And into the wall, Kyle Busch goes. Yeah, Greg Biffle thought that he was farther back, was going to slide up in front of him, put Busch into the wall there. And you see the lap guys coming up. They're going to be trying to get past this 16 car, get their lap back, hope for another caution, etc. We don't have that many laps left though, so a lot of these guys are going to want to hurry up. Currently, Kevin Harvick is in the lucky dog position to hopefully get his lap back if should a caution occur. And multiple other things going on back there as well. That's right, we'll be looking at your leaderboard here. You see Alex Bowman has fallen back to about 2 seconds. Kyle Busch continues to try and charge forward. Christopher Bell is the closest Toyota, trying to get that lead back. And you also have Matt Kenseth, who is trying to work his way through the field. Kevin Harvick going by, trying to get his lap back here. Will not get it here, but looks like Greg Biffle's going to be going towards the top. There he goes, going to let Harvick by, but that's also going to let Christopher Bell go by. And here comes the race. Christopher Bell not able to hang on to it that deep into the turn. Harvick back a lap down as Greg Biffle just sent it into that turn all the way through. He was able to make some pretty good time. Kyle Busch now the second car threatening Greg Biffle currently. So definitely important to continue to watch this here as Kyle Busch is going to be working on getting past Harvick to hopefully get towards that 16 car here. As we come back, we have 6 laps remaining. Yeah, exactly. So you got obviously a lot of these guys lapped down. That's definitely going to be definitely a pity for them points wise. Definitely not going to be able to advance their position much, and that's just going to really hurt a lot of these guys into the playoffs. So definitely a strange start to the playoffs here for the NASCAR Cup, but definitely a good start to it for Greg Biffle. He's definitely going to be excited about that, with his 16 team as he rides up there. Yes, we have not seen Greg Biffle this consistent as he hits the wall since Miami. That's right, that was the second race of the season, Miami. We have not seen him be this good or this consistent at these Dover tracks as he has been so far. Still some bad luck plaguing this car as he hit the wall there. Looks like there's quite a bit of damage. Can he stay in front of these cars though, as Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell are now fighting side by side. Definitely what Greg Biffle wants to see is both those guys going at it back there in the back. Christopher Bell's got a little bit of an edge, going to be hitting that second position. And another hit into the wall from Greg Biffle there. It's going to let everybody kind of gain up to him here. Running that low lines. Looks like he's getting some speed off. Into the wall again. Yeah, the tires are starting to wear out on most of these cars. So he's got to really try and gain control of that car again here. Yeah, it's definitely going to be, looks like everyone's starting to have tire issues of their own, starting to be slow, not too many trying to make moves on them yet. Christopher Bell's the only guy that has the possibility of doing it at this point as we go to the final lap. That's right, the final lap. As Greg Biffle tries to keep control of his car. Car is pretty loose. He's going to be coming up to the lap car of Joey Geese. Going to get past him fairly easy. Christopher Bale is the closest car to him, and nothing's going to take it away from Greg Biffle at this point. And there we go. The 16 car finds victory lane once again this year here at Dover. Oh yeah, and you see Greg Biffle's going to be doing his victory burnouts. Into the wall he goes, but he's been friends with that wall all day. There go the burnouts. He's going to lose all those tires as well. Quite a bit of damage from the race as he hit the wall multiple times today. But definitely fun to see that 16 car once again in victory lane there as he burns it down once again. Amazing job there by the number 16 car. We'll have your standings in just a moment. And here you have the finishing results. Greg Biffle in first, Christopher Bale second, Kyle Busch third, Alex Bowman fourth, Matt Kenseth fifth, Kevin Huffick sixth, Kurt Busch seventh, Eric Almirola eighth, Chase Elliott ninth, and Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 10. We'll look at your standings here. You have Greg Biffle there leading the point standings currently. We also have in the 16th position the number 48, and you see your top 16 right there. So definitely going to be important to continue to watch these and see how the playoffs progress. So keep it right here as we continue to go racing. That's right, there he is, Greg Biffle in victory lane once again. Definitely a cool thing to see. I just want to thank everyone for watching, and we will see you guys here next time on NASCAR. Thanks for watching the NASCAR playoff race at Dover. We will see you next time.